the Purple Hair Doofus, and welcome back to The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Today we're covering chapters 78, 79, 80, 81, and 82. So I hope you've read up to that point, because I do not want to ruin anything for you. Our section begins with Kvothe and Dinah hatching a plan to capture the dragon and kill the dragon, because its scales are so expensive in their world that if they just gather them all up and sell them, it'll be pretty much like turning them into millionaires. And so they plan to build a fire and take all, well not all, but a lot of the resin that they had collected and feed it to the dragon so that it poisons itself and dies. Kvothe spends some time trying to calculate the amount of resin that is needed to take down the dragon, and at first he's thinking maybe just 30 snowball-sized balls of resin, but then eventually he quadruples that and pretty much depletes their poison supply, but neither Dinah or Kvothe are worried about that, considering they're just going to sell the dragon scales and become rich that way. Dinah is still pretty drugged up by her accidental eating of said resin, and she's kind of giving Kvothe all of these sweet, drug-addled kind of sweet talk. And she's like, you know, Kvothe, I really like you. I like you a lot. We should be friends. That sort of stuff. While she's in this drug-addled state, she actually confesses to Kvothe that it was her potential patron that gave her the large bruise on the side of her head, and that it was so that people don't actually suspect that she created the mess at the wedding. Which means that she saw him at the wedding, and it makes me start to think that maybe the patron, or the potential patron, is actually the leader of the Chandrian, and maybe that is, and maybe that isn't. I don't know. Kvothe spends the night in a tree with Dinah with a bonfire next to it, hoping that the dragon will see the bonfire and will eat the bonfire and will eat all the poison inside. And the dragon appears, but it appears in such a way that if Kvothe were to get its attention so that it could see the fire, it would actually see a small town in the distance that's having a fire festival. And Kvothe's really trying to struggle and think about how he wants to do this, because the last thing that he wants to do is put that town in trouble. Unfortunately, before Kvothe can come up with a plan, the dragon decides to turn around anyways, and he starts heading towards the festival. And so Kvothe has to make a decision. Either stay with his drug-addled friend, Dinah, who he loves very, very much, and risk her dying in the night, or chase after the dragon and kill it before it reaches the town. He chooses to chase the dragon. This kind of action and this kind of storytelling is what I've been waiting for the entire book. I am so engrossed in this story about him hunting a dragon. It's awesome. I just can't get enough of it. He gets to the festival, people are running around screaming, and he uses, I guess, the power of gravity to kill said dragon before it can do any real damage. And there's no fatalities, maybe a few injuries, but overall, he pretty much saved the town from anything catastrophic. Unfortunately, as he's saving the town, he slips and falls off a roof, being Kvothe and the kind of klutz that he is. He wakes up in a bed where everyone's kind of gathered around and calling him a hero, and he starts to get up to go look for dinner, and they're like, no, 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 you're not going anywhere, you're too injured. And then he starts threatening the people that helped him, and it really kind of made me hate the character a little. It didn't really put that character on my side. And that scene made me really uncomfortable. He goes back to where he left Dinah after he threatens the people and gets away from them, and finds that she is gone. And there's no trace of her anywhere. And of course, being Kvothe and being that Kvothe in Dinah's story is a romance story, he's kind of down in the dumps about it. He goes back to the village where he saved all the people, and everyone's very happy to see him. And everyone is very happy to do whatever they can to make him happy. And it starts to make him a little uncomfortable, like he doesn't want to take all this praise. And so he goes to an inn and he says, no, I really want to stay here tonight. But the innkeeper's like, I don't want you to pay. Don't pay anything. And he's like, I would really feel more comfortable paying. And this is the kind of Kvothe that I like. I don't like the threatening Kvothe that threatens people to help him. And eventually he gets into the inn and he says, if you could do me a favor, could you ask anyone that might have any information on what it was that was dug up at the wedding site to come talk to me? That would be the biggest favor you could do for me. So he's sitting in his room and people are coming, and it's just kind of like when you get the anonymous call-ins at a police station on TV and how people are just trying to walk in for a free buck. And then this little girl comes in and she's like, I saw it. I saw the thing. It was like this pot. And it had drawings on it of these creatures that were kind of hurting people. And I'm just really afraid for me. Eventually, Kvothe realizes that this vase was actually depicting Chandrian, and he thanks the little girl and sends her on her way. The question that I have for you is about how you react to heroism. It's clear here that Kvothe kind of feels uncomfortable with getting heroes' rewards for doing something that he just plainly thinks is right. And I'm wondering, have you ever experienced anything like this, and how did you react? My question yesterday was, when was the last time, or have you ever experienced giving information that you thought would elicit a shock reaction, but instead elicited nothing? Honestly, I'm kind of new to comics, so when I talk to my friend about comics that I enjoy that he read like years ago, and I say something like, can you believe that this happened? He's kind of like, yeah, dude, yeah, that happened a long time ago. And it hurts. It's just kind of like, but I thought I wanted to be amazing, and here you are just kind of like, yeah, dude, it happens all the time. Woo! Do not forget that the next book that I will be reading for you is Sakura Blue by Christopher Moore. Go out and grab it by any legal means necessary. Borrow it from a friend, borrow it from a library, buy it at a bookstore, buy it on a Kindle. I don't care what you do as long as it's legal. And read it before I ruin it for you. I definitely suggest that you pick up the print copy, as it comes with blue print inside and full color pictures of all the paintings that he's talking about. Seriously, it's kind of amazing. I have been the purple-haired doofus, reminding you to watch your Pajamaritis, and I will see you all in the next chapters of The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Toodles!